Vasudeva. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaim narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiriye nashtaprayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttam shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 11, universal form, text number 38 onwards. So Arjuna, after seeing the universal form, so first he was completely in awe and reverence, and now he's praying to the Lord, he's glorifying the Lord. Tvam Adideva Purusha Puranas Tamasya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam Vetasi Vedyam Cha Param Cha Dhama Tvaya Tatam Vishwamananta Rupa. You are the original personality of God, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are the supreme refuge above the material modes. O limitless form, this whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. Arjun got to know the truth about Krishna, to whatever extent he was surrendered, obviously. Nobody knows him perfectly well. But then there are still commentators on Bhagavad Gita who don't understand position of Krishna, who don't understand who Krishna is. Still, if you talk to people, oh, Krishna, he's just a little cowherd boy used to steal butter and dance with others' wives. Without knowing what's the meaning of those pastimes. But here, Arjuna, see, you are the original personality of Godhead, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You're the knower of everything, and you're all that is knowable. You're the supreme refuge above the material modes. O limitless form, this whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. And this is what Arjuna is seeing and is telling. See, that is why either we become like Arjuna, Krishna himself comes and gives us darshan, or we learn from Krishna's pure devotees, and then we get to know the truth. Otherwise, no way. There's 700, maybe now more, editions of Bhagavad Gita. People have written commentaries. But until one is a Vaishnava devotee, he cannot understand who Krishna is. So, for to speak of what he wants us from Bhagavad Gita, it's not possible. In Purport Prabhupada writes, everything is resting on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, he is the ultimate rest. Nidhana means that everything, even the Brahman effulgence, rests on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Even Brahm Jyoti. So those who say Brahm Jyoti is ultimate, well, it is resting on Krishna. He is a knower of everything that is happening in this world. And if knowledge has any end, he is the end of all knowledge. Therefore, he is the known and the knowable. He is the object of knowledge because he is all-pervading. Because he is the cause in the spiritual world, he is transcendental. He is also the chief personality in the transcendental world. So that is Krishna. And that's just one understanding. He's unlimited. Vayur Yamo Agnir Varuna Shashankaha Prajapatistam Prapitamahascha Namo Namaste Astu Sahasra Kritvaha Punascha Bhuyo Api Namo Namaste. You are air and you are the supreme controller. You are fire, you are water, and you are the moon. You are Brahma, the first living creature, and you are the great-grandfather. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times, and again, and yet again. The Lord is addressed here as air because the air is the most important representation of all the demigods, being all pervasive. Arjun also addresses Krishna as a great grandfather because he is the father of Brahma, the first living creature in the universe. Although he says, you are Brahma and you are the great grandfather, father of even Brahma. Means Brahmaji is not Krishna, but as first living creature, yes, Krishna represents them, or Brahma represents Krishna. Means there's nothing beyond Krishna, everything exists within him. Namah purastadat prishtataste namoastu te sarvat eva sarvam ananta virya mita vikramastvam sarvam samapanoshi tattvasi sarvaham. Obeisances to you from the front, from behind, and from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless might. You're all pervading, and thus you are everything. Out of loving ecstasy for Krishna, his friend Arjuna is offering his respects from all sides. He is accepting that he is the master of all potencies and all prowess, and far superior to all the great warriors assembled on the battlefield. It is said in the Vishnu Puran, whoever comes before you, even he be a demigod, is created by you, O Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now Arjuna is offering obeisances from all sides. He is a supreme, he is a most superior. And now Arjuna, what he says, Sakheti matva prasabham yaduktam, he Krishna, he Yadav, he Sakheti, ajanata mahimanam tavedam, maya pramadat pranayena vapi, yachava hasartham asat kritu asi, vihara shayasan bhojaneshu, eko at api avapya achyut tat samaksham takshamya tvaham aprameyam. Now he is thinking of you as my friend, I have rashly addressed you as, O Krishna, O Yadav, O my friend, not knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times, jesting as we relaxed, lay on the same bed, or sat or ate together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. O infallible one, please excuse me for all those offenses. This is Krishna's greatness, actually. He is a supreme Lord, but he wants to taste the mellows of relationships with his different devotees in different ways. Arjuna is his friend, and he tasted that mellow with Arjuna. And now Arjuna is saying, oh, I addressed you, oh Krishna, oh Yadav. Now, what was wrong with addressing him as Yadav? He's Yadav. But no, Arjuna, see, between friends, sometimes they tease each other. So Arjuna addressed him as Yadav, saying, oh, you're from a lower caste. Yadav means Vaishya, and Arjuna Kshatriya. So he addressed him as, oh, Yadav, come, let's sit together, let's eat together. I mean, he was feeling, yes, I'm better than, so I can let him sit with me. Not feeling, but just to tease Krishna. Now seeing the universal form and seeing everything in Krishna, now even Arjuna is scared. What did I do? Why did I say that way? Although Krishna is manifested before Arjuna in his universal form, Arjuna remembers his friendly relationship with Krishna and is therefore asking pardon and requesting Krishna to excuse him for the many informal gestures which arise out of friendship. He is admitting that formerly he did not know that Krishna could assume such a universal form, although Krishna explained it as his intimate friend. Arjun did not know how many times he may have dishonored Krishna by addressing him, "Oh my friend, oh Krishna, Yadav," etc., without acknowledging his opulence. But Krishna is so kind and merciful that in spite of such opulence, he played with Arjun as a friend. Such is the transcendental loving reciprocation between the devotee and the Lord. The relationship between the living entity and Krishna is fixed eternally. It cannot be forgotten, as we can see from the behavior of Arjuna. Although Arjuna has seen the opulence in the universal form, he cannot forget his friendly relationship with Krishna. So Arjuna, because he is pure, he could not forget. We have forgotten. And bhakti process is to revive that relationship, whatever we have forgotten, not to create something new. But look at Arjuna now. He is looking at universal form of Krishna. He has lost everything. Now what to do? Pitasi lokasya characharasya tvamasya pujaschya gurur gariyam natvat samo asti abhyadika kutonyam lokatre api apratim prabhavam. You are the father of this complete cosmic manifestation, of the moving and the non. You are its worshipable chief, the supreme spiritual master. No one is equal to you, nor can anyone be one with you. How then could there be anyone greater than you within the three worlds, O Lord of immeasurable power? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is worshipable as a father is worshipable for his son. He is a spiritual master because he originally gave the Vedic instructions to Brahma, and presently he is also instructing Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Therefore, he is the original spiritual master, and any bona fide spiritual master at the present moment must be a descendant in the line of disciplic succession stemming from Krishna. Without being a representative of Krishna, one cannot become a teacher or spiritual master of transcendental subject matter. So, without becoming a representative of Krishna, it's not like anybody he says he is guru, he becomes a representative of Krishna. No. Means, like Prabhupada says, any bona fide spiritual master must be a descendant in the line of disciplic succession. And yes, descendant, but at the same time, he has to show by his character, by his knowledge, that he is worthy to be representative of Krishna. Not just anybody and anybody. Okay, I'm descendant in this line. I have taken initiation in this line, so I'm a guru. That's one qualification. Further also has to be there. The Lord is being paid obeisances on all sides, in all respects. He is of immeasurable greatness. No one can be greater than the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, because no one is equal to or higher than Krishna within any manifestation, spiritual or material. Everyone is below him. No one can excel him. Everyone is below him. That's why one of his names is Adhokshaja. Adha, Aksha, Aja, or Ja. So Aksha means either eyes or senses. Adha, even the senses cannot go all the way up to him. Man means with our senses, we cannot know him. That's why it's Adhokshaja. I mean, no, everybody is below him. Another word that is used is asamurdhava. Asam or urdhava means nobody is equal to him and nobody is greater than him. That is Krishna. And even though he is there, he still comes and performs his uh, very, very sweet pastimes, dealing sweetly with his devotees. And even in his sweetness, nobody is equal to or greater than him. That is Krishna. No one can excel him. This is stated in Shveta Upanishad. Na tasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. Na tasamascha abhyadikascha drishyate. The Supreme Lord Krishna has senses and a body like the ordinary man. But for him, there is no difference between his senses, his body, his mind, and himself. Foolish persons who do not perfectly know him say that Krishna is different from his soul, mind, heart, and everything else. Krishna is absolute, therefore his activities and potencies are supreme. It's also stated that although he does not have senses like ours, he can perform all sensory activities. Therefore, his senses are neither imperfect nor limited. No one can be greater than him, no one can be equal to him, and everyone is lower than him. The knowledge, strength, and activities of the Supreme Personality are all transcendental. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Janma Karma Chananti. Whoever knows Krishna's transcendental body, activities, and perfection, after quitting his body, returns to him and does not come back again to this miserable world. Therefore, one should know that Krishna's activities are different from others. The best policy is to follow the principles of Krishna. That will make one perfect. It's also stated that there is no one who is master of Krishna. Everyone is his servant. Everyone. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arsabhritya, as mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Only Krishna is God and everyone else is his servant. Everyone is complying with this order. There is no one who can deny his order. Everyone is acting according to his direction, being under his superintendence. As stated in Brahma Samhita, he is a cause of all causes. So what does it mean? Everyone is complying with his order. Especially in the spiritual world, nobody believes, or Golok Vrindavan, nobody believes in that he's God. And this is also his greatness. He just deals with every devotee according to the relationship that devotee is in. And while dealing with him or her, he forgets his own position, because then the dealing won't be as pleasurable. And that is somewhere those who are atheists or don't have faith in Krishna, they cannot understand. What is this? But the devotees, they just love it. I mean, if Mother Yashoda, Nanda Baba understands he is God, then where will be that relationship? Now, a few days later, there will be Damodar Leela, where Yashoda Maya is going to bind him. Can Yashoda Maya think of even binding up God if Krishna was God? Or Krishna showed her that he is God. So that is why everything about Krishna is sweet. Everything. Even when he shows his universal form, that is also sweet. And when he steals makhan and everything, that also is sweet. Of course, his universal form is not, even for Arjun, he is in wonder and he was afraid earlier that it's not that sweet. But for devotees, when they see him as universal form also, it's like I mentioned in Chaitanya Leela, even Advaita Acharya wanted to see this. Not just out of curiosity, he wanted to see. Just like Krishna, when he lifted Govardhan Hill. Now, Govardhan Hill, he is lifting for 7 days, 7 nights, and protecting all the Brajvasis, all their assets of the cows or whatever they had, protecting them from the wrath of Indra. But did the Brajvasis see him as God? No, especially his Gopsakhas. Oh, Krishna, you must be tired, so we'll put our stick under the Govardhan and we'll hold it up. I'm sure even if the Gopsakhas see this universal form, they would say, what is this, Krishna? You must be tired of eating all these men. Just come back. Let's go eat makhan. And that is why, and the Gopsakhas of this, Gopis are even further, and Radharani is even further. That's why he is under their control, complete control. Although it says everyone is acting according to his direction, being under his superintendence. But not his intimate devotees. They don't believe in all this. Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam prasade tvam ahum isham ideyam piteva putrasya sakheva sakhyo priya 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 yarhasi deva sodham. You are the Supreme Lord to be worshipped by every living being. Thus I fall down to offer you my respectful obeisances and ask your mercy. As a father tolerates the impudence of his son, a friend the impertinence of a friend, or a husband the familiarity of his wife, please tolerate the wrongs I may have done. Krishna's devotees relate to Krishna in various relationships. One might treat Krishna as a son, or one might treat Krishna as a husband, as a friend or as a master. Krishna and Arjuna are related in friendship. As a father tolerates, or the husband or a master tolerates, so Krishna tolerates. And this tolerance is out of love. Adrishta purvam rishito asmi drishtva bhayena cha pravayetham manome tadeva me darshay deva rupam prasid devesha jagan nivasam. After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead, O Lord of Lords, or abode of the universe, Jagan Nivasa. So he says, "Your Jagan Nivasa, I have understood it, but I'm afraid. Please show your form, the real form." Arjun is always in confidence with Krishna because he is a very dear friend. And as a dear friend is gladdened by the friend's opulence, Arjun is very joyful to see that his friend Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead and can show such a wonderful universal form. But at the same time, after seeing that universal form, he is afraid that he has committed so many offenses to Krishna out of his unalloyed friendship. Thus his mind is disturbed out of fear, although he had no reason to fear. Arjun therefore is asking Krishna to show his Narayan form because he can assume any form. This universal form is material and temporary, as the material world is temporary. But in the Vaikuntha planets, he has a transcendental form with 4 hands as Narayan. There are innumerable planets in the spiritual sky, and in each of them, Krishna is present by his plenary manifestations of different names. Thus, Arjun desired to see one of the forms manifested in Vaikuntha planets. Of course, in each Vaikuntha planet, the form of Narayan is 4-handed, but the 4 hands hold different arrangements of symbols: the conch shell, mace, lotus, and disc. According to the different hands these 4 things are held in, the Narayans are variously named. All of these forms are one with Krishna. Therefore, Arjun requests to see his 4-handed feature. So he's saying, please reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead. Means the four-handed feature. So as Prabhupada said, Narayan four-handed and these four items that he carries, conchal, mace, lotus, and disc. So different names according to which hand carries what. So that makes 24, factorial 4 if you can say. So that is 24. But there are innumerable Vaikuntha planets. So I don't know how it works in other Vaikuntha planets. What form is that and what it is called? Kiritanam gadinam chakrahastam michhami tvam drishtum aham tathai tenaiva rupena chaturbhujena sahasra baho bhava vishwa murte. O universal form, 1,000-armed form, armed Lord, I wish to see you in your four-armed form, with helmeted head, and with club, wheel, conch, and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form. In Brahm Samhita it is stated, Ramadi Murti Shukala Niyamena Tishta. The Lord is eternally situated in hundreds and thousands of forms. And the main forms are those like Ram, Narasimha, Narayan, etc. There are innumerable forms, but Arjuna knew that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, assuming his temporary universal form. He is now asking to see the form of Narayan, a spiritual form. This verse establishes without a doubt the statements of Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, and all other features originate from him. See, he is the original, and all other features originate from him. He is not different from his plenary expansions, and he is God in any of his innumerable forms. In all of these forms, he is fresh like a young man. That is a constant feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who knows Krishna becomes free at once from all contamination of the material world. So one who knows Krishna becomes free. That's what Krishna also says, Janma karma chame divyam, evam yoveti tatvata. So one who knows my appearance and other pastimes, in truth, does not take birth again. So first of all, only a devotee can know him in truth. Krishna himself will explain later. And one who knows him in truth, what is he going to do? He's going to serve him with love and devotion. And that's what Prabhupada says, one who knows Krishna becomes free at once from all contamination of the material world. The contamination of the material world is we want to enjoy, we want to control and enjoy this Maya, Shakti. And one who knows Krishna, he just wants to serve him with love addition. It has nothing to do with Maya Shakti. So that is why when Krishna says, Bhagavad Gita says, know him in truth. Shri Bhagavan Vacha, Maya Prasanena Tavarjunedam, Rupam Param Darshitamatma Yogat, Tejo Mayam Vishwamanantamadhyam, Yanme Tadannena Nadrishta Purvam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjun, happily have I shown you by my internal potency this supreme universal form within the material world. No one before you has ever seen this primal form, unlimited and full of glaring effulgence. Arjun wanted to see the universal form of the Supreme Lord. So Lord Krishna, out of his mercy upon his devotee Arjun, showed his universal form, full of effulgence and opulence. This form was glaring like the sun, and its many faces were rapidly changing. Krishna showed this form just to satisfy the desire of his friend Arjuna. This form was manifested by Krishna through his internal potency, which is inconceivable by human speculation. No one had seen this universal form of the Lord before Arjuna, but because the form was shown to Arjuna, other devotees in the heavenly planets and in other planets and outer space could also see it. They had not seen it before, but because of Arjuna, they were also able to see it. In other words, all the disciplic devotees of the Lord could see the universal form which was shown to Arjuna by the mercy of Krishna. Someone has commented that this form was shown to Duryodhana also when Krishna went to Duryodhana to negotiate for peace. Unfortunately, Duryodhana did not accept the peace offer, but at that time, Krishna manifested some of his universal forms. But those forms are different from this one shown to Arjuna. It is clearly said that no one had ever seen this form before. So yes, when Krishna went as Shantidut, Duryodhana tried to capture Krishna after he had seen the universal form, or wasn't full universal form was seen. But again, it's a consciousness of the person who's seeing the form and then acting accordingly. Arjuna, after seeing that form, he did not lose his devotional mentality towards Krishna. In fact, he's asking for forgiveness. I might have committed offenses. And he's glorifying Krishna, not trying to capture Krishna. See, huge difference between what Arjuna saw and what Duryodhana saw. And then their reactions afterwards. Na Veda Yagya Dhyayaner, na Daner, na Chakriyabhir, na Tabobhir Ugraha. Evam Rupa Shakya Aham Driloke, Drashtum Tvadanena Kuru Pravira. O best of the Kuru warriors, no one before you has ever seen this universal form of mine, for neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charity, nor by pious activities, nor by severe penances can I be seen in this form in the material world. So no other qualification is required except devotion. The divine vision in this connection should be clearly understood. Who can have divine vision? Divine means godly. Unless one attains a status of divinity as a demigod, he cannot have divine vision. And what is a demigod? It is stated in the Vedic scriptures that those who are devotees of Lord Vishnu are demigods. Vishnu Bhakta Smrita Deva. So all the demigods, first of all, we have to understand they are devotees of Krishna or Vishnu. They're not ordinary people. So anybody who's performing devotion service can become a demigod? Yes, if you want to. But devotees don't want that position. So demigod means devata, one who gives. So devotees, they don't want that position in the material world as a demigod, but they give devotion service to others. So in a way, that is why it is said, devotees of Lord Vishnu are demigods. Those who are atheistic, that is, who do not believe in Vishnu or who recognize only the impersonal part of Krishna as the Supreme, cannot have the divine vision. It is not possible to decry Krishna and at the same time have the divine vision. One cannot have the divine vision without becoming divine. In other words, those who have divine vision can also see like Arjuna. But not atheists, not Mayavadis, not yogis, no way. Bhagavad Gita gives a description of the universal. Although this description was unknown to everyone before Arjuna, no one can have some idea of the Vishwarup. Oh, I'm sorry. Now one can have some idea of the Vishwarup after this incident. Those who are actually divine can see the universal form of the Lord, but one cannot be divine without being a pure devotee of Krishna. The devotees, however, who are actually in the divine nature and who have divine vision are not very much interested in seeing the universal form of the Lord. As described in the previous verse, Arjun desired to see the four-handed form of Lord Krishna as Vishnu, and he was actually afraid of the universal form. But also in the beginning, it was mentioned, beginning of the chapter, that Arjun wanted to see just for others to understand who Krishna is, not for himself. In this verse, there are some significant words, just like Ved Yagya Dhyayana, which refers to studying Vedic literature and the subject matter of sacrificial regulations. Ved refers to all kinds of Vedic literature, such as the four Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sam, and Atharva, and the 18 Puranas, the Upanishads, and the Vedanta Sutra. One can study these at home or anywhere else. Similarly, there are sutras, Kalpa Sutra, Mimamsa Sutras, for studying the method of sacrifice. Dana refers to charity, which is offered to a suitable party, such as those who are engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. The Brahmins and the Vaishnavas. Similarly, pious activities refers to Agnihotra and the prescribed duties of the different castes. And the voluntary acceptance of some bodily pains is called tapasya. So one can perform all these, can accept bodily penances, give charity, study the Vedas, etc. But unless he is a devotee like Arjun, it is not possible to see that universal form. Those who are impersonalists are also imagining that they are seeing the universal form of the Lord. But from Bhagavad Gita, we understand that the impersonalists are not devotees. Therefore, they are unable to see the universal form of the Lord. So none of those qualifications are required to see the form, this universal form. Only devotees can. And that too only by mercy of Krishna. There are many persons who create incarnations. They falsely claim an ordinary human to be an incarnation, but this is all foolishness. We should follow the principles of Bhagavad Gita, otherwise there is no possibility of attaining perfect spiritual knowledge. Although Bhagavad Gita is considered the preliminary study of the science of God, still it is so perfect that it enables one to distinguish what is what. The followers of pseudo-incarnation may say that they have also seen the transcendental incarnation of God, the universal form, but that is unacceptable because it is clearly stated here that unless one becomes a devotee of Krishna, one cannot see the universal form of the Lord. So one first of all has to become a pure devotee of Krishna. Then he can claim that he can show the universal form of what he has seen. As devotee of Krishna, I cannot accept false incarnations or followers of false incarnations. So clearly Prabhupada is really right on the nail he is hitting. That so that we don't get distracted. If anybody claims he is God, then the first thing is we should ask, show me your universal form. Krishna showed, but they cannot. They may give different logics or arguments, just like devotees, ISKCON devotees went to this person, Osho, Rajneesh. You claiming yourself as God, show us your universal form. He gave various logics, but in the end he said, well, you come as Arjun, and then I'll show you my universal form. So he put the blame back on the devotee, that you're not coming like Arjun, you're trying to challenge me. So why should I show you my universal form? But this is all, yes, nonsense logics. But anyway, many wonderful instructions are given in this verse and in this chapter. So we understand first who Krishna is and who everybody else is. And we perform our devotional service properly. Okay, I guess I can stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments?
Wonderful class, Prabhuji. So
Thank you,
thrilling.
Prabhu. Chalo, you all have safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri
Hare
Ram.
Krishna.